Marcus, can we have you? Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you so much, everyone. I'm delighted to be here. I appreciate the warm welcome. And the topics at hand today are navigating change and building resilience. Every moment is an opportunity to build towards excellence or to bring us back and retain us in the status quo that we're stuck in. Resilience is not something we create. Resilience is who we are. It's integrated in the fabric of our being, of every single human being. It's not a functional thing that you can just skill up and do and make happen within your organization. It's who we are. This is the legacy we're dealing with. All of us, all over the world, is we're dealing with a legacy of traditional organizations. The characteristics of this are traditional patterns of organizational functioning, mixed levels of engagement, untapped performance, limited growth, low adaptability, and they're fragile, right? This is the legacy we're dealing with. And this is not just in our workplaces, this is in our society. Sometimes they say our children are incarcerated in schools like this, where they have to go to school until, they're a certain age. It's not optional, it's mandatory. And they're told to sit in their chair. We are building a whole society based on this paradigm. That's how deep and insidious and deeply buried it's in our muscle memory, as Ken Schwaber said. Raise your hand if your leadership is stuck in old patterns. Raise your hand if your leaders, the people above you who are more senior than you, are stuck in old traditional patterns of operating. Just raise your hand if that's true for you. Raise your hand if that's going on for you. Okay. All right. So this is true for most people. And you're thinking, well, how do we get change to happen? And the truth is this: leaders go last. I'm sorry, this is bad news for many of you. But your leadership, the ones that are really command and control and authoritative, they are not going to change, most likely. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry, but that's the truth. We've trained thousands of leaders all over the globe. This is the pattern. So the question is, well, you might be going like, uh-oh, I'm really stuck now, aren't I? If the leaders are ones creating the culture. But it turns out it's okay. I'll tell you why. Because culture is a local phenomenon. And culture bubbles are really simple. Your job is not to change the whole culture of your organization. Your job is to help your little bubble where you have influence. Your job is to make your little bubble healthy. That's it. That's all you can do. Now, the biggest trap we have is in our little bubbles, we start doing things in a really progressive way and we get really good results. We go, hey, everyone should go do this. No, please don't do that. That's a trap. What you want to do is say, hey, we've got our way of doing things that works for us, and you've got your way of working that works for you. What you want to do to have a healthy bubble is just focus on your quiet success. I will repeat this. It's highly counterintuitive. Quiet success. This is about, hey, I want to help you be more successful. What do you need? People love that. Even the most change-resistant person, you say, hey, how's your job going? Oh, it's okay, great. What are the challenges getting in your way? And you listen to them. You say, great, do you want to work on these? They go, yeah. And you work on them. This is not rocket science. But we don't do that. We go, hey, you need to learn Agile now because you're not doing things right. Of course they're not going to respond to that. That's a very low respect traditional way of change. I'm talking about something more evolved here.
So what is your suggestion to be able to measure all the impacts of all those small healthy bubbles so that we can secure the funding from the leaders. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So my recommendation is every organization that you're in has a framework for assessing value. I just want to say something. I'm here all day. If you have any follow-up questions, I'm really here to help whoever wants help be more successful with your role, with your creating a shift, with your having impact. Because together, that's the only way we can change this world. Thank you so much, everyone.